Being systematic with this one is going to be the name of the game. If you can be systematic, I think it'll feel less confusing for you. Notice that these are composite functions, so I'm going to start with A. Okay, so A is asking us to plug 1/2 into the G function. Whatever that value is will get plugged into the F function. Let's get started. So I'm plugging 1/2 into the G function, which is right here, which is why I'm saying G of 1/2 is equal to arc sine of 1/2. So what this is asking us for, let me interpret, what this is asking for is, what is the value of G when the sine, the arc sine, is 1/2? So this is asking, as you can see, this is asking for an angle measure because it's saying arc sine. So I'm just going to draw a quick little sketch here. And remember, we're restricted to quadrants 1 and 4 because this is a capital S. All right, it's also saying that it's 1/2. So that means this is the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. So we can be in the first quadrant here. All right, so we know the hypotenuse is 2. We know the opposite side is 1. This must be the square root of 3. So this is looking like a 30-degree angle, which means in radians, that would be like 1/6 of the half circle here. So it's 1/6 of pi. So that means in radians, it's pi over 6. Okay, so this is equal to pi over 6. G of 1/2 equals pi over 6. Okay, so now we know what to plug into the F function. To plug into the F function, because all of this equals pi over 6. So wherever there's an x, or wherever there's a theta in our case, wherever there's a theta in the F function, that's where we plug pi over 6 in. So right here we go to the F function. So we have F of, this is just telling us what we're going to plug into theta. F of pi over 6 equals capital sine of pi over 6. Okay? So now for this one, we just need to find out what the sine of pi over 6 is. What is the sine of pi over 6? Remember, this represents like an angle measure, okay? Which means that we're trying to find a ratio because we've already been given the angle measure. There's not a -1 here. It's just we're trying to find the ratio. We've been given the angle measure, okay? So pi over 6, we know that's right here because we just did that, okay? The sine of pi over 6, well, duh, it's going to be 1/2, okay? So that's equal to 1/2, all right? Okay, so we're ready for B. All right, now we've got B. And so this time we're looking at the F function. So we plug pi over 6 into the F function. So let's start with that. F of, and we've been told to plug pi over 6 in, equals sine of pi over 6. Well, just a second ago, we discovered that the sine, in other words, the ratio of this angle measure, opposite over hypotenuse is equal to 1/2, okay? So we can confidently say that that F of pi over 6 equals 1/2, which means that we plug 1/2 into the G function. Let's come up here to the G function, okay? So we've got this 1/2 is merely telling us what we're plugging into the function. We're plugging 1/2 in because that's what we were told to plug in, okay? So 1/2, and now we have the arc sine of 1/2. So look, people, this arc sine is asking us find the angle measure whose ratio is 1/2. Well, we used this thing 100 times, haven't we? Okay, the angle whose ratio is 1/2 is pi over 6. Okay, you can't really tell that's pi over 6, can you? Okay, so what this is saying is pi over 6. Pi over 6, okay? Show your steps. We're showing our steps, not to worry, okay? Based on part A, what is the value of f of g of x? The answer to this is 1/2. Based on part B, what is the value of g of f of x? Pi over 6, people. All right? So, what can you conclude? Well, the thing that you can conclude, and I think I may have covered that up. Let me make sure that I didn't miss that. Oh, whoops. Hang on. I am wrong about that. It's asking for f of g of x. Oh, let's get it right here. Let me undo this. Undo. Okay, so notice here, back up. 1/2, f of g of 1/2 equaled 1/2. G of f of pi over 6 equal pi over 6. So what does f of g of x equal? It equals x. What does g of f of x equal? It equals x. If you would put f of g of Miss Miller in here, what would that equal? It would equal Miss Miller. And if you would put in g of f of OL in here, it would equal OL. Oh, that was cheesy. Whoops, that was really cheesy.